So how was your experience in NJIT?
My experience at NJIT?
NJIT, it's a really funny school, man.
You know what the best part is about NJIT, though? It's like when students try to be active and they're actually being proactive, but then, like, I don't know, it's like, the staff or whatever, like, administration's like, hey, you're gonna have this event, it can't be too real.
I'm not entirely sure that the registrar exists. I get the impression that maybe the registrar is some kind of mailer demon that just sends back any attempts at registration.
Advising? Oh my god.
Last time I went to go get advised, I was told, you're gonna need to wait about an hour before they get here. An hour later, I was told, they're just not coming today, I'm sorry. If you could come tomorrow. When I came the next day, on time, I was told they haven't gotten here yet. And when they finally did get here, I was told, well, you've got to understand, they're still trying to catch up from the people from yesterday.
You're better off not going to your advisor, probably.
Oh, so when I was at dorming at Honest Dorm, this is my second roommate, like that, when I was dorming out there. He should have smoked weed in the bathroom. And I looked and was like, this smells like skunk. I called in the RA, and the RA was like, yeah, that smells like skunk. Then they had to call in the police. Police walked in and said, nah, I don't smell anything.
Oh yeah, so recently we discovered that there's lead in the water.
Ah, the lead in the water?
The black goop incident was the most foul of the moment.
NJIT has they have their own unique form of water. It's like this really weird gray stuff. When you turn on the faucet, it's really good.
Black water came out. It's like a horror movie. It's like The Grudge.
This is why I have to spend $2 for a bottle of water every single day.
That's why I go buy water from across the street. Never drink from the water fountain.
I think that there are many things on this campus that kill me on a daily basis. The water is probably the slowest.
The food?
You got your Taco Bell, you got your Pizza Hut, and you got your Subway. And if you if you don't want those, you can just go you go to GDS and catch a disease.
Oh, GDS. Alright. So, start of my sophomore year, I go to the pub and get a grilled chicken sandwich. And I'm having a good time talking to friends, eating my grilled chicken sandwich, right? But then I get bite into this really weird texture inside of the chicken. Not in the bread, not in the lettuce, not in the fries or anything, but inside the actual chicken, inside the meat. And a friend and I inspected it, we burned it, and it turned out to be plastic.
I understand that water pollution is killing people all around the world, and even around the United States. But we're in Newark. I made it to school without getting shot. I'm probably pretty safe here.
My friend, it's his freshman year, and he has an iPhone, and he's on the track, and he's running track, right? He's running cross country, okay? So some dudes come up and they just jack his bag, and he's with 3 of his friends or whatever, and they're all running, and they see him running away with his bag. So they run up to him, and they're like, yo, give me my bag. And the dude pulls out a revolver, and he a revolver, the Magnum. And he's aiming at him, and his friend next to him is going, yo, pop him! And obviously they just back off or whatever, and he runs off with his bag, he loses his iPhone, so he comes in the next day, and he's just I got basically robbed at gunpoint on campus.
So I'm not sure about the building security at NJIT, because I've never seen it. You can pretty much go wherever you want. Some buildings have alarms that sound, but no one ever responds to them.
Let it be known that supposedly the Newark police is right next to the subway. But I mean, I've never seen someone go in or out of that building.
So when do I get this shit on the parking situation?
Let me tell you, NJIT is so good at managing their funds. The first thing they do is, you know how, we can't park here, right? They're like, let's first knock down a parking deck so we can put up a nice dorm for the honors cult. And now, NJIT's taught me such new and inventive ways of how to park without getting a ticket.
For a hot second, I thought the parking deck would be pretty legit. The second one over near by the UC or whatever.
Look, okay, they're building a new deck, and I think that that's fantastic.
But if you think about it, you're they're selling out a bunch of other lots and replacing it with this big one. So in reality, it's you're not getting more.
But then they're gonna shut down all the other lots. And what I realized is actually the number of parking spaces is supposed to go down
So it's gonna be like the same situation pretty much. The only difference is it's concentrated, and it's even harder to find parking probably.
And it's gonna be actually worse because now everyone's fighting to get into the deck, which has one entrance.
Parking's pretty bad. Cyprus is falling apart, by the way.
Really?
Cyprus, you see the tents outside in front of Cyprus and like how they're like taking care of it? Bricks have actually been reported to be falling out of Cyprus. That's some real. Look outside Cyprus. I'm not kidding. Cyprus actually has bricks falling out, like poking it out. You know, like when you play Jenga and you like poke out like a brick and it just falls. It's kind of like that.